Thanks for stopping by. I thought I'd just give you a peek. I had several questions and I'm hoping that I addressed them all, but people were questioning me about my screen, so I will get over to there. But I thought just I'd take a little walk around here. So this, I'm very proud of. Oop, let's go over here. This was a Sue Spargo wool class that I took. It was her peacock class, but I wasn't too fond of the peacock, so I got my own image, like off of the internet, just looked at several different images and thought, oh, I'm going to do one with this one because I loved it. And you probably can't see real well, but it has a lot of Sue Spargo's wool stitching. And this piece here, I actually was a piece of fabric that was already printed with all this design, and I just embroidered that. So I'm quite pleased with that. And then today we're just going to walk out over here to the windows. Today is nice and sunny. Well, actually, it's kind of a mix. So the sun keeps popping out, and the trees are trying to recover from their damage. And so now I'm just going to go over to the other side. There's where all that cabinet right there is where all my project bags reside. So this screen is a hand embroidered Korean screen with all the motifs that are important or represent Korean culture, and it is all hand embroidered, and it takes months to finish one of these screens. I mean, I'm in awe of this. It's all silk threads, and this one is just stunning. The handwork is unbelievable, but this belonged to my mother, and when she passed away, it moved on to me. I just love it. Here's the paint brushes that they used for the calligraphy, and the color is just so beautiful. The color of the threads. I mean, it takes months to finish one of these screens. So we just have it standing up in our bedroom. It's kind of nice to have it displayed, have it out and have a place to look at it. And it's my favorite one. Oh, look at this. Look at this one here. There's a scene inside of this vase. I mean, let me see if I can get it a little closer. Isn't that awesome? So, yeah, so now I'll just move over to the stitching chair and we'll start our day together. I'm looking forward to talking with you. I'm so happy you're here. I'm happy to be here with you. I have many questions about the Fat Quarter Shop's, the Orifloss, which for this particular Prim and Proper SAL, which is hashtag Prim and Proper SAL, that Kimberly is doing on the Fat Quarter Shop, people wanted me to critique the thread and the fabric and the pattern, and so let me just do that first off. I love this chart. I love that it is printed on cardstock. It is just such a well done, it's just so well done. I mean, it has heft, and it's clearly printed, I mean, just to show you, I mean, it's clearly printed, and the Prim color chart is very clear, and is even a kind of printed, the script is printed in the similar color of thread that you're using. So I have to say, I think this is my very favorite chart I've ever used. It's so well done. So that's first of all, I love this chart. It's So Emma Stitchery by Lori Holt of Bee in My Bonnet Company. So if you want to participate in that, you can go on to the Fat Quarter Shop. Of course, one of you won the gift card. So who is that? And you don't have to use the gift card on this particular chart. The gift card is just a gift from Fat Quarter Shop and myself to one of you, just to, you know, what's not to love about looking through Fat Quarter Shop. And the winner, oh, where did I put that? Is, are you ready? Diana Up. Diana, please email me. I'll put my email in the description box. Please email me, and I will give me your email address, and I will send it to the Fat Quarter Shop, and they will send that code directly to you. Okay, isn't that fun? So let me just tell you, I've done Fat Quarter Shop's Block of the Months in quilting, and this is actually my very first Fat Quarter Shop sew along in cross stitch. Although they carry so many of my favorite designers in their shop, so I think I doubt you will have any problem, Diana, spending that gift card. And if some of you are interested in winning another gift card from Fat Quarter Shop, you might check over on the Quiltroadie site later today, because there'll be another giveaway over there. So back to the critique. I am loving the fabric. It is a Lugana, a 25 count Lugana, which is vintage, which is very well, it's really easy to see. And as I'm finding with my aging eyes, that I can keep going up in the you know, higher range glasses, but this is very easy for me to see. And I love linen. I have not done a lot on Ada, but I'm thinking that this might be like a crossover. And I know that I was watching an episode on Java Girl Stitches, and she was she was always an Ada girl, but she has ventured a little bit into the even weave, and I can see why. It's just a kind of a comfortable spot. So yeah, it's like the, why is it that every time I want to do a video, the robocalls start? Do you think they know that I'm talking to you and I don't want to be interrupted? So back to that. So the fabric is awesome. And I can actually see myself in the future, because I do like those modeled look fabrics. I might, with some leftover pieces, kind of try to coffee dye or do a little bit of fun stuff with the fabric. But the fabric has been great. Now for the Orifloss. So my Orifloss came like this, and it came in, this box had two little boxes in it with beautiful threads. First of all, what is not to love about Floss already wrapped on a wooden spool. You don't have to bobbinate it. You know, it's already wrapped. What can I say? On a wooden spool. So what did I have to do? G and I went out antiquing, and I found this adorable old pin cushion and thread holder. And when I saw it, it had some old spools of thread, but I knew immediately I was going to be putting my Orifloss on it. Is that not the most adorable? And then when I take some off, I just kind of loop it onto there, because I'm using 2 strands. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting off a big long piece, and then I'm threading the 2 ends through the eye of my needle, and then I tack it in the back by looping it, putting the needle through the loop, and then I'm stitching over 2 with 2 strands. And what I can say about the thread is that, you know, I was kind of a little bit reluctant about jumping on board with this because of what people had. There was different opinions about Orifloss. And what I can say is it's kind of funny how we get into our niche and we just don't want to change. We just don't want to change. And so we don't venture out at all. But the Orifloss, you know, I guess I am so whatever that when a designer says they use a certain fabric or a certain 46 count, 50 count, you know, I use this, I use that, I just do what they say because I think they know more than I do. And so some things I might like better than others, but it doesn't prevent me from using it, because if that's what they want, if that's the look they got with what they were suggesting, then I feel like, okay, I can do that. It's like Krynic. Everyone hates Krynic, you know. At least I think everyone. You hear a lot of complaining. But it may be a booger, but it kind of gives you that look that the designer wanted. So I just do it. And so I felt the same way about the Orifloss. I just went into it with an open mind. And what I decided was it's kind of like that thread that's between, now this is only my opinion, between DMC and Valdani. And I use Valdani a lot in the wool world. And sometimes when I can't find Valdani that matches the wool like I want it to, I will go through my embroidery floss. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to use the Orifloss because it has that little bit of prim look to it, that little bit of fuzz that's like between Valdani and DMC, if that makes any sense at all. That's just my opinion. What I can say is that I didn't have any problems with it knotting up a lot, but when it did knot up, it was a little bit more challenging to get it unknotted. But that would be like, and it's because it's got a little fuzz to it, kind of like Valdani has a lot of fuzz to it. And that's that prim. That's that whole prim look. So I am, and look, it's on a wooden spool. I mean, I'm going to use it. I am going to use it. I have no problems now. If a designer calls for that, piece of cake, I'm going for it. So that's how I feel about all the product. And so here I'm starting at the bottom. I have no idea on the sew along where you're supposed to start, but because I'm using this frame, the Elan frame from Artisan Designs, and because of the suggestion of several of you to roll it backwards so that the front of it is rolling inside itself, I'm starting at the bottom. So there's my start. Yeah, I know Dave is keeping track of me. Yeah. My friend Sandy sent that. I had to convince my grandson that until he started cross-stitching, he could not have Dave. Boy, the birds and the squirrels are out there fighting over my bird feeder, and I have dried corn hanging in the tree. They're fighting over it. I'm not sure who's going to win. I'm not sure who's going to win. So let's see. What else? Well, don't forget Diana. Diana, be sure you contact me. The other thing that has been a good thing for me is I'm trying to get more organized. So I felt like a little piggy here. I just had everything kind of stacked around here, and I said I really needed to get more organized. So I decided to see how I could pack up my Crafters Yazzii bag, the Ultimate Crafters Yazzii bag. I was so pleased with how it bundled up. Now the Yazzii bag is heavy duty. It's like a step up from your project bag. It's like luggage. It's almost like luggage, but not heavy. And so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we get to hit the road in March sometime, that we get to get the van and start camping, and I'm just kind of looking forward to that. And so the Yazzii bag, I started to get melancholy and dream about camping again. But the Yazzii bag's going to be perfect for transporting a project. So I'm going to readjust the camera and show you how I packed up my Yazzii bag. I mean, my Crafters Yazzii bag is going to hold more than one project. I just have one project right now packed in it, but easily it will hold more. And I was thinking about my girlfriend Becca from SamBrie Stitches. She never leaves her house, literally. Never leaves her house without her stitching, her hoop or frame, all the accoutrement that she needs, because that girl is never going to sit down anywhere. I mean, I can almost see her in the dentist chair stitching and saying, okay, hold on a second, I just need to look over here, okay. I mean, she literally, if there's anyone who needs a Yazzii crafter bag, it would be Becca. So I'm going to reposition the camera and let you see what I did. So here is my Crafters Yazzii bag, and I'll put the link below for this. And I haven't decided yet. I know I am going to embellish the front, but I can't decide if I'm going to put the gnomes, which I really love. I mean, it might have to be the gnomes, because the gnomes with the mushrooms would make this red pop. I chose red. It comes in different colors. Or if I'll put the Fat Quarter Shop Prim and Proper SAL on here. I haven't decided. But I am going to embellish the front. And as you can see, it's a nice size. And when I open this, I'll just show you how much I packed in this. I decided to pack the book house in here because I wanted to see if I could fit everything. And I just love how everything fits. So look at this. Look at this. I keep my floss in floss away bags, and so I can see them. I decided to put them into the clear plastic pockets so I could see the number, and it's all right there. Scissors, pen, there's even more options for other accoutrement, but look at this. Got my needles, I got my box with my needle minders. My 12-inch hoop fit inside here without taking it off of the hoop. Is that not the best thing? And then my chart I kept in a plastic folder, but what I really loved is it was this big clear plastic pocket where I could put the key code, you know, the code for the color and the symbols, the symbol code. So it's always showing. All I have to do is open my bag and look, and I can see right through that clear plastic pocket. And then I have my my thread keeper there. And I have pockets, I have pockets, I have pockets for another project. If I want to take another project along, and in case I finished this one, I could stick it in there and I could do that. I mean, this bag is so amazing, and I wish you could really feel how sturdy this bag is. How sturdy it is, because it is really amazing. It is going to stand up to all kinds of abuse. So I am looking forward to getting on the road again. I know some of you are ready for me to get on the road, and I'm going to put a little, I've decided, I received some adorable key charms. I'm going to put a little key charm on the zipper, but I think this might be my, I don't know if one could say that there's a favorite Yazzii bag. There's so many choices, and they all fit different times or uses. So, but this one is really so versatile for cross stitch. I just, you know, cross stitch or wool stitching, I could see myself interchanging, but I was very excited when the hoop fit in there. Yeah, I was very excited about that. So I've taken to setting my elan frame on my stitching pillow to bring it even closer to my face, which I very much like. It is so well balanced that I really don't have a problem with it, you know, tipping or falling out of the, you know, off of my lap. Maybe it's because my stitching pillow has been abused so much that it's it is squashed. It is squashed. Maybe I need to make me a couple more new ones. And if you are interested in the stitching pillow, all you have to do is, well, I'll put the link in the description box. It's on the Quiltroadie channel. And someone said something about being notified when I have a video up. If you, and please subscribe. Please subscribe. That's a way for you to help the channel and be part of the community, you know. But if we, next to the subscribe button is a little bell, and if you click on that bell, and it gives you 3 choices, and if you click all, then all that happens is you're notified whenever I upload a video. Yeah, because don't you want to know? Don't you want to know? So I am finding, because of the issues that I have had with my left hand predominantly since the move, that I find it easier to, even though it's my dominant, I am right-handed, I'm finding it easier to have my left hand on the bottom, even though many of you said that's, oh, did you hear my stomach growling? Many of you said that your dominant hand technically should be on the underside, but I am finding that if I'm doing two-handed stitching, it is more comfortable for me to have my right hand on top. It may be a little more challenging in finding the hole, but so much of the time I am using the sewing method. Yeah. And the thing about this frame, I know many of you have been very curious about it, and I'm an in-hand stitcher, so all that means is that I am using the frame alternating with in-hand. I mean, some projects I'm definitely still doing in-hand, but I like the option, and I can tell for bigger projects it's going to be nice to have it on here, all, especially if you're using a higher count linen, or some of those linen that's just kind of floppy, you know, floppy linen. It is nice to have it kind of tight, you know, or have the grid kind of, what do you call that? You know, have it more lined up, and it makes it easier to see. Am I babbling? Am I bumbling that? Do you get it? Am I explaining it okay? But having it stretched out, you kind of see, you can count easier, I think. And then the other thing I love about this frame, and honestly, I can't compare it to any other frame because I've never had any other frame, but I have heard people say that there's some frames that you can't see the back side, but because I have one hand on the back, I can kind of feel when I got a knot, and then you can just flip it over, you know, and see what's going on. And when I end a thread, I can just flip it over and, you know, end it. And it makes it kind of nice, you know. Yeah. There we go. You see my cute little scissor fob strawberry made for me by the Megan, my friend, the frozen crafter. You know, it just seems like lately everyone's moving. If I remember correctly, Megan, who I met at a stitching event sponsored by Acorns and Threads, and Megan flew down for that event from Alaska. Yeah. Don't want to miss those events. Boy, we do miss them, don't we? But that's how I met her. We shared a table, and then I needed a ride, and I needed a ride to Acorns and Threads, and I told her because G was going to be picking me up there, and I told her she can't go back to Alaska without visiting Acorns and Threads, you know. And so she gave me a ride, and it was lovely. It was lovely to get to know her, and then I follow her Floss Tube. She's a school teacher, and yeah, it's just this community, this cross-stitching community, the friends that you make are fabulous. They're just fabulous. And so she's, if I remember correctly, she's moving to Tacoma. So, you know, that's a Pacific Northwest. We're getting close. It's awesome. And then I was Scott Stitches in Spain. I really enjoy his channel. He is moving to Germany soon, and I wonder what that's going to be. Is that going to be Scott Stitches in Germany? Oh my gosh, I'm thinking I must need lunch or something, because my stomach is really growling. And I have been, you know, while I'm stitching for in my beehive, which is my quilting. Oh, and I love that Scott's a quilter, you know, and so we are bonded on so many different levels. But last week, I you know, with all these people moving, and I'm so bummed, although I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her because it isn't all about me, although I would like it to be. But Colleen from Stitching with the Sisterlies, she's moving to back home to school. She's moving. You know, I know how to say that, but all of a sudden I can't say it. Squalamy. Well, she's moving back to Washington, and so I had this driving desire to at least see them in person one more time before the move, because I had something that I wanted to give to her and to Cheryl on Stitching with Sisterlies, because, you know, what's not to love about those two? And I was worried. I needed to be reassured that do you see how I'm stitching? I'm just stitching all over. I'm using so many different techniques. It's so funny. I needed to be reassured that their channel would continue because I enjoy it so much. And so they're going to continue their channel, much like they did when Colleen went to visit her daughter. You know, split screen. Like if you go on to Quiltroadies, I did a Zoom recording with Stacy from Buttermilk Basin, and they're going to continue doing something like that. So I was reassured about that. But boy, was it fun. And I purposely decided to go over there without a camera because I just wanted to be in the moment, you know, to be in the moment and to embrace that friendship and have time to talk and not be thinking about the camera. And Cheryl cannot move. Cheryl cannot move. I mean, not only, well, number one, she can't move because she's in the most beautiful setting. Ah, man, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's just gorgeous. The whole, I mean, she's out in the country, yet it isn't that far to pick up a gallon of milk if you needed it, you know. It's just gorgeous. And so she can't move. And Colleen, though, she's excited about moving back to her home, and she's gonna have more space and be able to hang her stuff up more. And but their sewing room, oh my gosh, do they have some fun stuff in there. And they're not just cross stitchers, you know, they're quilters, they're crafters, they're, oh, they just have it all down, you know, they just have it all down. And so I'm hoping that Colleen can come back once in a while and come to Acorns and Threads, because we are going to miss her. We are going to miss her, and I know that Cheryl is going to miss her, you know. So, yeah, so that was fun. It was fun, you know, even if we kept our masks on and we kept socially distant, it was just fun to visit someone in their own space, you know, in their own space, how they've created their, how they run their creative, or manage their creative life, you know. Oop, I made a mistake. I have to back out just a bit. Okay. This fabric is just so nice. It is very, very nice. And do you see how easy that is to just, you know, this frame is, although I know it's, if you order one, it's going to take a while because everybody is wanting one. So if you want to join Sew Along, it's the Prim and Proper Sew Along. And you know, Lori Holt, these are colors, they call it prim colors, but it's her own style, and I like it. I like it. It's going to be fun to, I'm going to put this, I think I'm going to put this on the front of a bag. It's just so cool. And what's not to love about Orifloss on a wooden spool? You don't even have to bobbinate it, and then you could start hunting for one of these awesome pin cushions. Isn't that the funnest thing? Oh man. Okay, I think I've kept you long enough. Thank you for coming by, and hopefully I answered a majority of curiosities about the Orifloss and the project and the Yazzii bag and things that people have been asking me about. You guys take care. I hope everyone has got their power back. Yeah. It's about love and kindness and wishing the best for everybody. Happy stitching.